This is how people die. Talking to a guy who says consuming high amounts of meat and everything will lead to a healthier lifestyle. Yeah, more likely higher cholesterol levels and clogged arteries. These people think that every keto diet or carnivore diet's gonna... I mean, this is what you call junk science. You know, it's just baffles me how people actually listen to these people. It's like in the 90s they were pushing that vegetable juicer crap on the Home Shopping Network or certain infomercials, you know, segments. And it's like, how can anybody listen to these people? You're gonna spend a couple $100 on what? Getting yourself sicker and sicker. Just give me a second here. Let me see if I can switch out here for a second. I forgot. I gotta, let's see, is it sound? Yes. Okay, gotta go to, let's see, where is it? No, that's not it either. I gotta go to, picture. And then I gotta go game. There we go. Holy God, look at the... I didn't even realize what this... Oh man, the KVM 59 looks radical. Holy crap. Oh, the colors on this are incredible. I didn't realize this thing had a different kind of setting on my TV, my new TV. Boy, I'm hoping this new change actually looks pretty cool on their side. I haven't seen anything like this in a while. Well, that certainly was different. Let's see if I can turn the volume up a little bit. Yeah, I better hurry. Something's probably dogging my ass. Nope. You know, for some strange reason, I hear Polaris. I do. I hear Polaris somewhere. No, not that Polaris, but something close by to me. Over on the other side of that hill where I took out the harvester, there seems to be something over there. Well, it's briefly alerting me to the fact there's something very close by. And I'm just like, shit. Huh. More free stuff. Hey. It works for me, I can tell you that much. I don't care if it's... Free shot. That was perfectly fine, by the way. I don't know why I do that, but I do. Well, it works for me. Seems to be the only thing that was over here. Unless there was more. I can't see them very well because this is technically daylight. I don't see anything else. Yeah, I know, I hear it. $10 of these over here. Yep. I thought so. Just barely tagged him in the back. Well, that one went slightly wide to the left. I mean, well, it's not exactly fair play or a gentleman's sport. Are these machines? They could care less. Let's go! I hate having a cold. Started last night. Went to bed at 2 o'clock. Woke up at 3:30 in the morning. My body temperature was sky high. I was hurting all over. Muscle spasm and twitches everywhere. I was running a fever. You know, all that fun stuff. Because, you know, COVID booster and the flu shot together kind of messed me up. I mean, it doesn't give you the it doesn't give you the actual thing. It gives you the symptoms of both. So when you feel the COVID thing, you feel it. And so my blood pressure was off the charts as a result because I was in such extreme. I was not happy. I was in a lot of pain. You know, it drives up your blood pressure. It just does all kinds of crazy stuff. And you're sweating profusely like I was last night. And after 5 or 6 hours, it just finally tapers off. This time it only lasts about an hour, maybe 2 at most. But I feel like roadkill right now. So that's what happens when you get the flu. Okay, when you get the flu shot, you'll feel that you'll get this year's strain. You know, even if you're vaccinated, because you know you only have like what, a 3-month window of what do they say? I don't know. God, I can't remember. My brain's fried. 3-week window, 3-month window of immunity, and it wears off, and then you get sick again. But at least your body prepares itself for this year's strain. Like I said, you should get vaccinated anyways. It's better than the alternative. You know, a lot of people don't. Why not? Let's go after a rival Firebird. Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting harvesters. In this case, I'll just pick up my dog and the bushwalker. Seconds. This is what you call a pickle gun. This is exactly what. It's like 10 miles. Right to the side. rocket crackers. Whoa. There seems to be more than just 200. Oh, right. Wow. Okay, I'm out of rocket rounds already? What the hell? Seriously? Shit biscuits. Alright, time to do the old-fashioned way. I'm good. Back the hell up, dude. This is gonna get super ugly. Notice that the harvester just vanished as soon as I picked up its stuff. Unless you got drop ship somewhere else. Nope, sorry, not looking at it. Freaking shitwreckers. It didn't die? What the hell, dude? Oh, there we go. Boy, I hate it when it does that. It's like, oh, good. Guess what, man? And triple 360 mariachi backflip. Come on, dude. Let me pick up the good stuff here. Thank you. Criminal's 12 gauge shotgun. Sweet. If there is another thing out here, my doggo's going to take care of it. I'm not going to be too concerned. Fuck it, hate seekers. They can piss off. Oh man. Yeah, I'm betting dollars and donuts there's a firefight over next to the safe house. Or maybe it's closer than I think. I don't know if I got these three. Nope. I'm just making sure because I don't want to miss anything. Okay, I'm gonna stop for 2 seconds, let my stamina bar recharge. And I'm gonna head over here. Oh, okay, I see where the main fight is. It's over in this direction. I mean, over in the other direction where I was going. Make sure there's nothing else here before I go. Yeah, I don't know how in God's name I managed to go from having like 11... Well, I must have been... Well, yeah, okay, that makes sense, because I'm a piss poor shot sometimes. So, I ended up screwing up most of my shots anyways. I'm gonna dump my stuff over here and plant a radio. That way I can get... Never mind. Something just pegged my... I see him. Come on, dude. Move your stupid ass. I like having a sight for my goggle because it ain't gonna... What am I kidding? Oh, the tree, I'm just actually... What? Wait, so basically I hit every tree in with the rocket rounds and didn't hit nothing. My doggo just took it out. Well, I actually hit it with the sniper rifle, but still, that's pretty stupid. I mean, that's just dumb. Ugh. Well, that was fun. Well, that saves me trip to the hardware store. 10 small fuel cells. Hey, they're recyclable. Perfect. I'm good. Less weight I have on me, the better. That was a hard one to pull off. Goku's warp Kamehameha off the PS2. I'm like, I kept mashing all the buttons and suddenly, boom, just warps and just smokes freaking Cell like in 3 seconds. And I'm like, okay, that's good. I'm like, crap, crackers! Tell me about it. Hmm. Yeah, and I'm stalling for a few seconds. Sorry, my bad. Trying to answer all these text messages. Well, couldn't they create other versions? Couldn't they just... CGI models of the new Norway class starship? It's like... I mean, it shouldn't be that difficult. We got today's computer technology versus when Star Trek First Contact came out. According to one guy, he says it's a shame they lost the CGI files for the Norway class after the movie premiered. According to this one guy, he says that's all that was ever said about the lack of Norway showing up in live action CGI. And I said, couldn't they just come up with new CGI models of the Norway class of starships instead? I mean, it shouldn't be that difficult. Heck, we can do AI animated stuff in the Jurassic World franchise and all these other movies. I mean, it shouldn't be that hard. I mean, everybody does it on Instagram and Facebook and DeviantArt or any other social media site. I mean, you know, why would it be difficult? You can just you can do a wire model screenshot of the Norway class built in your system or whatever modeling program you use to do graphics and all that kind of fun stuff. And hey, like maybe a couple hours later, you got one model of the Norway class or Sovereign or Apollo class or the Steamrunner Saber class starships or Miranda, Soyuz class, Galaxy class, Ambassador class, um, you know, Ticonderoga class, which was kind of a fun one, or what's the other one? Our New Orleans class, which I have one of my own. The USS Gainesville, NCC 64617. Yeah, it was. Ship was commissioned in during the Cardassian border wars, and commanded by Fleet Admiral Leslie Parker during the 2340s, when the Enterprise C was in operation for the last time. And I did a whole backstory on that one. Gainesville, then it was Lost Legacy, which covered it encompassed a backstory to the Star Trek Next Generation episode, Yesterday's Enterprise, which is posted on my DeviantArt page. I did a whole fan fiction saga of it, and so did some backstory stuff. I didn't go too far back. I just did a couple prior missions before they went to Miranda 3 to defend the Klingon outpost in the Romulans. Now that was a difficult battle, and some of the artwork that Jet Freak 7 did for me was incredibly mind-blowing. Well, this is interesting. There's only... What the heck? Well, that's odd. Oh, it's the frick over there. I'm actually... Oh, he's going into the city. That's why I couldn't see him. I was looking towards the forest area. So I'm far enough from these... Oh, shit. Okay. You know, for a second there, I thought there was more than just one. I mean, I know I saw something down here. I mean, I know I killed more than one of them. I think I'm missing one. Well, I guess I got that guy. Well, I know I got everything, so... Yeah, tanks, 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 and more tanks. Thanks you very much. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Oh, goody, gun drops. Oh, big gun drops. Okay, so there's two, Wow, you think like that? What the fuck is that happening? It's like it's shooting shrapnel out into the field. Kiss and make up, you two. To the room. Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing this to myself, but hey, you know what? As long as it's fun. Okay. We'll just go with Tuith. Well, that was weird. Okay, let's see. No, I'm gonna head over to the other safe house over in Monk and Jargison. Let's see. Well, it would still be kind of like, worth it, even if it did take quite a bit of money. I mean, it doesn't take that much to make a homemade CGI model, or, even a professional Paramount version. I mean, come on. It's not that difficult. Even if Paramount doesn't want to do it, you can still have other people do it. A couple $1,000 and boom. You've got a high quality, Norway class wire model or CGI model. It's not that difficult. Oh no, we have to be stingy and frugal with our production now, even though we're below $600 million on some antique dresser reproduction, and just oh, you know what, we don't have any more money for this or that anymore. And I'm like, seriously? Yeah, see that area again, I'm not going through that today. I'm too sick to even take up the challenge. I'm just doing some light to moderate stuff, because I'm not going to be like, oh good, because, I would tire out way too easily. As much as I hate saying it, but... I only got 3 Phoenix, because it was a level 1, that's why. It was a level 1, so I only got 3 Phoenix Control data chips. Well, if I was going to try and spawn the Reaper or the Vulture right now, and I was short, very short, I'd be like, you bastard. I'm going to keep the N9 handgun because it's kind of like a rare kind of thing, Not exactly something that pops up every so often. Oh, well, I got plenty of everything, so I don't need any more of these epics. That's what I was waiting for. That damn thing to pop up. Sometimes, this area in particular is always glitchy as shit, because all the stuff doesn't appear when it's supposed to, and so Damn. Well, I guess. Why did he even do that? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just too spaced out right now. Oh, wait. I just picked up that backpack's contents. Why do I have a simple first aid kit? Oh, hello. Earth to Skylar, wake up. I know you're sick, but try to concentrate. It's like, no, I can't do it. I need mashed potatoes and gravy and chicken soup again. Ugh. I made shrimp, potatoes, onions, and celery last night for soup. Used a Worcestershire sauce for a base and a little bit of seasoning and spices. Nothing too crazy. Came out pretty damn good last night. Of course, it took 6 hours for everything to, you know, soften the celery and the sliced potatoes because, you know, potatoes and soup, it takes forever. I know a lot of people have a different workaround method for it, but you know, you don't really want to rush things by boiling everything out of existence and then going, what the hell is this crap, you know? So you just gotta take your time. And sometimes people like me who just takes our time and actually just, you know, enjoy the experience of food prep for a couple hours minimum, in my case. You know, 5 or 6 hours just stirring the soup and making sure everything's kosher and everything. I mean, it just adds to the culinary experience. And so when you're finally done, hey, you got something good going. But a lot of these people are going, no, I can't wait for 5 hours. I gotta have it now. There goes the pan, and it gets flash fried. Your food gets scorched and burnt, much like almost my bag of popcorn last night. Because I set the microwave on too high, I guess. Came out slightly scorched after 220. Because you know these tiny little microwave bags of popcorn you get from the Dollar Tree, for example. They only say to microwave the popcorn for about $1.30. Okay. Technically, you can go maybe 2 minutes, 2:20 minimum, because you want to get all the kernels popped and everything. Sometimes I just keep forgetting, and a little bit longer, I can smell something burning a little bit. Yeah, I just scorched the popcorn slightly, which is not bad actually, if you don't mind slightly burnt popcorn, which is kind of good. Now, I wouldn't consider burning the whole thing out of existence, because I did that a couple of times. I had to take the bag out to the front, outside of my front the front steps, and just leave it there because the whole house was filled with smoke, you know, because I literally cooked it inside the microwave. So the fire alarms are going off inside the house, and the cats are running under the mattress and freaking out, you know. They don't like fire alarms. They hate fireworks at night, you know, during the 4th of July, New Year's celebrations and stuff. So it's like, you know, you just got to be careful about it. And then eventually, concerning the soup situation, You know, it's just a matter of preference and taste, and also how much you want to, how much effort you want to put into your creation. You know, your cooking skills and stuff, because it takes a while to finally master something, and then just doing it repeatedly till you got it down like to a science. Otherwise, you're just gonna end up, you know, fucking things up every so often, which is okay because I do that pretty much all the time. It's like, oh, wait, what? You did what with the potatoes? What the hell is this? Is this supposed to be rice? I'm like, well, yeah. Okay. Why doesn't this taste like rice? It tastes like grape nuts. It's too crunchy. I'm like, whoops. Well, you know, sometimes rice doesn't always come out perfect because I don't have a rice cooker for one, and I should get one anyways, just in case I feel like lazy. But like my caregiver was mad at me when I went to food stamp shopping. She goes, "Why are you buying popcorn? You should be using it other stuff." I said, "Sometimes I just want to just buy microwave popcorn because I'm too lazy to actually make the actual popcorn. I got to get a popcorn popper too, and a new one because the one I have is like 22 years old. So I mean, it still functions perfectly and everything. It's just one of those little tiny stand-up models, but the cover is kind of cracked a little bit, but it still works. I just don't use it as often, but I'd like to get a new one where all my popcorn kernels are efficiently popped and everything. So that's going to be on this month's list of stuff to get from Amazon, so I can actually have a decent popcorn popper, even if things are a little expensive because of the tariffs. You know, it's it's worth it because a lot of stuff I get, it usually lasts a lot longer. Except for the new spatulas I just bought off Amazon. It's like, oh, okay, here we go. And so sometimes some of the things you get don't always work. Some things fall apart quickly. You know, you just get the random, you know, defective products. But you know, the thing about people and Amazon is that a lot of people complain too much about, you know, Amazon doing its thing and everything. You know, defective merchandise, broken merchandise, things arriving, you know, kind of kabuki. I mean, you know, it's gonna be fine because, you know, not everything we get is gonna be perfect. Not everything we get is gonna be working. Things aren't gonna last more than a few weeks minimum sometimes, and that's perfectly fine because you don't always have to worry about how much money you spend. Okay, it's always easily replaceable. Anything you get easily replaced, no big deal. You know, the one of my the heaters I got off Amazon, it stopped working after 2 uses less than an hour apart, and it just ceased functioning. I'm like, oh, well, that's interesting. The other two are fine that I bought. I bought 3 of them just as a backup because I need to warm my apartment rather than using the electrical heat all the time. And so I decided, you know, to plug it in. Everything's fine. And then that night or the next morning, I tried to turn it on. The light was blinking on the heater, which means that it wasn't doing anything. So, you know, my caregiver goes, "Oh, you could try to return it." I said, "I don't return anything to Amazon. I'm just out $27. It's no big deal, you know." So, you know, it's not a big deal. I'm still shopping at Amazon. I've been with Amazon since 2006. I'm not gonna just, you know, stop buying off Amazon because Amazon's got all the stuff I could possibly want and more. I mean, why would I have to stop shopping there if I've had a couple of bad experiences? It doesn't make any sense. I know a lot of people are kind of like, well, you know, they did this and that. I'm never going to shop at Amazon again. All these idiots boycotting Target, Amazon, Bud Light, Starbucks. I mean, how petty and childish do you have to really be? These people, you know, Amazon, like every other business, is doing the best they can. The people that work there are just as human as the rest of us, and they do their best. Okay, they're not going to get everything perfect. They're not going to get everything, you know, right the first time. I mean, you know, it's just part of our human nature and society. We just take things as they come, you know. And no one's trying to rip you off or guilt you out of anything. It's just sometimes, you know, shit happens, and you know, like they say in the movies, who you gonna call? You know, not the Ghostbusters, because that'd be kind of weird. But you know, things are, like I said, things are easily replaced. Things don't have to be, you know, perfect. You know, we can always get, you know, things later if we have to, and there's no reason to get mad. You know, and so, you know, just enjoy the moment, enjoy the experience, and just don't worry about it, because a lot of people just think, oh, it's all about money. No, no. See, the thing is, money isn't everything. Okay, we all think of that as something that we have to have. It has to be hoarded, has to be stockpiled, has to be this and that. But in reality, we don't have to be so fixated on this kind of stuff, because, you know, in the end, the money gets spent regardless of what happens. Okay, it's not going to change anything for the better. People are going to still have money in the end, or not any money at all, and we just have to wait a couple of weeks to get paid, or wait a month to get our Social Security checks, or cash benefits, or whatever, or birthday money, Christmas money, and so on and so forth. But it's nothing to be, you know, just getting mad over. It's like, oh my God, I wish I'd saved this and that, because I get wrecked over my spending habits sometimes, because, you know, everyone's saying, we should do better than budget your money. I said, have you looked at how much expensive things are going? Beef prices are up another 14.7%. Again. Okay? You're not going to get anything cheaper than $40, $50 for 2 pounds of New York strip steak if you're looking to eat something, you know? Otherwise, you're just going to have to bite the bullet and eat the cost. Because you're not going to be able to avoid it. None of us are. You know, we're not going to be able to have cheap stuff anymore. We're not going to have cheap anything. You know, this is the reality we all live in. Everything is cost an arm and a leg, because the price of ingredients, the price of everything has gone up. Okay, and it's going to continue to climb, because we're running through a global shortage of everything all at once. And the reason for that is because our resources are dwindling down instead of being replenished. Okay, we're running out of arid and fertile lands to grow our foods, even if we have hydroponics, underground food growing operations, that sort of thing. It really doesn't make up for the fact that we still have to feed 8.2, 8.3 billion people in this world. We just don't have enough for everybody, you know. And so, as a consequence, we have global supply chain shortages. And so the whole issue is whether or not the things we get is going to be worth the cost, considering we're running short on a lot of things. Like during the pandemic, we had a computer chip shortage, because the main supplier in the world was Taiwan at the time, and when that island went into COVID lockdown because of a massive outbreak, everything just ceased to operate. Everything just went nuts. Okay? And as a consequence, you know, prices, anything with a computer chip went just completely bonkers in price. And it was just unreal how expensive things got super quick. Cars in particular went up, somewhere between $20,000 and $50,000 for one car, depending on the model. Okay, that was virtually insane. But because of the computer chip shortage, there was nobody could do nothing. TVs went through the roof in price. Everything that had a chip in it went nuts. The PlayStation 5, which was released during the pandemic, they had a shortage of units because, of course, you want to know, all these idiots online, scalpers in particular, bought up all the available units, and it created a massive product shortage for PlayStation. And so there were virtually no amount of available stuff to buy. You know, nobody could get their hands on a PS5 for very long because things look, things weren't available for, you know, for purchase. Excuse me, I'm a little distracted by the battle. I'm trying to keep my aspirin alone halfway across 6 dimensions here. Shit biscuits. Dude, move your ass before you get blown up. Okay, good. They're gonna attack each other, so I can home in on these puppies. So, you know, so the whole thing is, you know, people, I know a lot of people these days are trying to save what little money they've got because things are got twisted. Oh shit, what's happening? Like a dumb shit. You know, it's like, yeah, it's my boy. People are trying to save money, especially given today's environment. And it's like, even I'm having difficulties and challenges because I'm on limited income. So I have to constantly juggle my bills and needs and everything all the way around. And it's like, wonder what else is up here. Something was pegging my my radar or something. The music changed for like 3 or 4 seconds. So, you know, we're just trying to we're just trying to save what little money we have for all of us in terms of, you know, finances for everybody the world over, actually, because it's not just confined to the United States. It's practically everywhere. Okay, it's a vehicle storage station. There's nothing here, so I'm gonna head over to the Mudhaven safe house so I can craft more ammunition. But yeah, you know, it's just, there's not much we can do in terms of saving money and having to, you know, budget, because even if you're really good at budgeting, in this current environment, it's going to get eaten up in 5 or 6 seconds. I mean, you think, oh, I can spend $137 and get like 30, 40 items. No, because the last time I went shopping online, I was only able to get 11 items for $139, and that was insane because, well, one item by itself was 2 pounds of New York strip steak, and so it cost me $40 basically. And so it was just, what can you do about it? You know, the steak was good, by the way. Sometimes you just gotta spend the money just to have that one experience and just like have that in your memory, you know, for a little while. So you can just tell everyone, oh, I remember that New York strip steak I had like 3 months ago. It was the bomb, you know. And sometimes that's all you really need. And one of these other days you'll just get like a whole thing of chocolate milk, 2 quarts worth, and you're like, yes, you know, you're in nirvana heaven, and you're as happy as a pig in the slop. And you know, and that's just the whole point. You know, I never worried about money. I think of it as a tool. Okay. And so I don't have to, you know, think about, oh, you know, I could save $5 or $6 here and there. And it would be a good idea in theory, but in practice, when you're faced with so much in terms of high cost and everything, even things you have to replace after it breaks, for example, it eats into your budget. It just kills you. And so you're not going to be able to, you know, escape that reality no matter how hard you try, because, you know, not always buying cheap doesn't always work. Okay? Yeah, sometimes it does depending on what you're after. Okay? I'm not going to deny that, because sometimes I can go cheap too on a few things, you know, just standard stuff. Where the hell is it? Oh, it's up here, I think. Oh shit, I'm not even in the right area, I don't think. No, that's not it either. Where is it? I think I gotta go further up. Oh, here we go. No, a little further up. There we go, it's in the middle. So Kaepernick Farm. I keep forgetting I'm not I'm not all the way down there. It's all the way. It's like a straight diagonal line, 45 degrees. You know, but the whole point is that you can't really, you know, just expect things to be, you know, cheap all the time. You just have to bite the bullet, eat the difference, and just try to do the best you can, you know. And if your money is spent at the end of the day and you got all your bills settled, your rent settled, and everything else, then you really don't have to worry about much, unless you have to worry about the gas budget, which is about 80, 90, $100 depending on what vehicle you're driving, what make and model, because most makes and models these days are hellishly fuel efficient. So that's a plus. But even still, you're going to end up spending some money later on down the road, because, you know, you can't really escape that reality. And so that's the only thing that's a sticking point for many households, is the gas budget. Now, a lot of people do take public transit, do all these things, not to be environmentally conscious, but just, you know, it's a matter of convenience, considering that a lot of things we take for granted is obviously the one thing we should be doing more to save on trips, to save on gas, even if you're even if you're I think I screwed up on the alphabetical part. Oops, see, no, that's okay. But yeah. But Wait, no, what's this? But yeah, it's just, you know, you don't really have to worry about it, about what you have left over. And some people do. Okay? It's no given. It's no given that your gas budget's going to be absolute bananas. Okay, I'm going to take out this Firebird first. Unless it's a rival. Which is freaking hilarious. Oh, there I see him. Unless it's a second rival. Wow. I'm not reading your shots on that one. And so, you know, but a lot of people, like I said, they do take public transit. Should be another guy here somewhere. I don't see him too well. Of course, it's kind of hilarious because I can't really see at all. And I'm just doing this by remote. They drop his ass. Guys, who's over here? I wonder if I could drag the other guy. Whoops, that's the tree stump. Seriously? How the hell did I miss him? Oh, there he is. I dropped one over here. Now it smells like shrimp and potatoes and chicken. Oh, that was just barely. Okay, somebody is going to park something up my truck here. I'm going to go find out what it is. Something is over... It was just right there, too. I don't need a really Skinner ball, but I'm going to find out what's just coughing at my tailpipe about 3 seconds ago. Oh, whoops. Hello. That's what it was. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna head back to the main fight. Since, it looks like there's something else that's frying this guy's butt. Oh, okay, I see. So it's 2 Polarises. Looks like one's really been destroyed. Oh, it's over here. I gotta make sure I'm not dead. Nope. Okay, I'm gonna head up the higher ground and see what I can spy. Usually that's a lot better vantage point than just going, crap, now what? Oh, there's nothing on this area, not this end. Oh my lord. Let's see, holy something. Okay, I'm gonna pick out one of those guys. definitely an apocalypse. Oh, there's a harvester. Oh, I'm gonna be in luck. Oh crap, something just took a shot at me. Okay, this is this guy. The worst thing about this is that hunters tend to, they tend to gang up on you if you're not careful. And these things are just really pissy. They're like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and spawn some more bad guys, and you're gonna have your butt in the ringer. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, you just want to piss me off, don't you? But damn. Drop kicked his ass over. Well, that was, I think, no, that was military class. I thought it was sometimes I can't see right now. I'll just ignore it. There's something around here that's paying my ass. That's a small fry, so I don't have to worry about these things. Every little bit counts, especially in this pickle fight. Okay, I'm gonna take out this other harvester. That way. Jesus, I just got marked by something. Oh, right, stepped on me. Shitheads take each other out. Just because. I think they're street players. That's what I'm facing. Or that's what's one of the ones they're facing. Plus the, tailpipe right there, especially with these things. It's just like, do I feel like dying stupidly? No, wait a minute. There's some fun. I'll take up the fire for a thought. Shooting blindly. So it's no one of the rocket ones, and he goes flying down the ditch, and Skylar turns around in turn 4, and he's getting stuck on a rock and jumps down in there and takes off a few hundred life points and dies. I remember I had to switch weapons. I'm kind of like, duh. Oh, would you mind not doing that, please? You're gonna wear out my makeup. You're gonna smudge my eyeliner. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm gonna park this right here. tank. Okay, let's go after that rival now. Bring out my doggo for one last time. That way I can have at least one more shot at this thing and then grab my stuff and go back to base, recycle, and start a new session afterwards. There he is, I see him. Actually, if it's that close, I'm going to go ahead and take out whatever's parked outside the safe house. Okay, the guys on the other side. Actually, I'm gonna park his ass with a rocket launcher. Bouncing off the second thing. Okay. I didn't really get a chance to. Obviously there's something really close by if it's doing that. Looks like it's starting to snow a little bit, or it looks like it's raining instead. Yeah, I know where exactly that thing is. Sitting to the far left of me. So it is parked. Oh, I see. Dog goes over here. I see him. It's right there. I'll snag and bag his ass on the other side. So I can't. There's another entrance way to this place, but I don't even know where it's at, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Another LG7 shotgun fan, sweet. Yeah, I know. So it's up in this area. I saw the blue light, whatever it was. I think it was a scanner type of machine. It was in this hill area. I mean, you can tell sometimes if it's just a tank, the way it moves around. It's blue, yellow, white, or whatever color it is. And for a second there, I thought I saw something. Sneak up on those. Sometimes there's also a tank up here too. That Phoenix House is a good little store. So that's what I thought was almost. Turns out to be a it's not up here. I'm gonna head downwards. I'm trying to get around the main fight over here. I don't hear it too. These spiders doesn't tangle. Piece of wood. I see. Donuxy's got friends. And I'm talking about the backups either. I'm talking about tanks, maybe a couple harvesters. Ah, that's what I thought. Okay, can we switch? Shit. Man, I'm gonna get my butt if I'm not careful. How many freaking ass? Oh my god, look at freaking hard, man. Jesus, I wish my daughter didn't know how good anyways. Catch these guys in the crossfire. And I'm gonna be eating my raisin breakfast. God. Alright, time to break up the KDM. I see him.
Is it?
Is it stuck somewhere? Apparently must have got launched into the air and then got stuck inside the... Yep. Maybe I could jerk it loose later. I mean... Score some free stuff here. Especially with okay. Yeah. That's pretty intense. I'd say about 15, maybe 20, maybe 15 or less harvesters. That's still pretty nuts. Yeah, frame rate's dropping. I gotta make this quick. I'll worry about dumping it later. I'm just gonna recycle it real fast. Keep the experimental, the large flamethrower tank, experimental legendary in case somebody needs that. Well, hope you guys found today pretty fun, instructional, educational. And I will see you in a little bit. Always remember to save your game progress after each session. You do not want to lose your game data because it's going to be a bitch to try to start over with almost nothing. So just, keep that in mind. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get something to eat. I will talk to you guys later.